Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. Go ahead and suss out the vibes. Make sure you have some tea and grab a seat. As I always say, I am LotusMaje, and today I will be doing a reading on Harry Styles. This was a highly requested video, so yes, especially after the Zayn Malik video, which I will link to up here so you can look at that as well. Or I'll link it at the end of the video and you can go back and look at it after looking at this one. So, of course, everybody is interested in what his new album is going to look like. I think a couple of people were interested in his love life or just kind of like what's the overall energy that's going on with him currently. So I'm just going to do a general reading and just see what comes out. If something comes out about his love life, something comes out. If not, we'll see. So with all of that being said, I do have to issue a disclaimer. As you see along the bottom of this video here, you will also see it down in my description box. And now that I am stating verbally, all statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. Do not take anything that I am saying in this serious. As you see here, this is a tarot channel. I am reading from the cards. There are hearsay, my own intuitive interpretations. If you are somebody who does not resonate with this, if you think it's, problematic at the least, if astrology and things like that is something you find problematic, you do not like, here's your time to click off the video. Hope you enjoy finding something else on YouTube. Do not leave your negative energy here. With all of that being said, please do not use tarot for any professional matters, especially those that are legal, health, financial. Please consult those with degrees or professions in those particular industries, because I do not hold any of those. So consult with them as need be. And if I sound a little far away, I'm sorry. I apologize about that. Currently, my dog has his tail underneath my chair, so I can't really roll closer to the desk. So I'm going to speak a little louder. Hopefully you hear me perfectly fine. So let's see here. What are we going to get coming out about Harry Styles? Let's see what's going on with Harry Styles. And can I just say, I really have been singing Adore You. That's like my favorite song by him. Not a Harry Styles fan, by the way, but I do love Adore You. Something horrible could come out about him tomorrow, and I'm still going to play that because that song is about to me. I will go through the house just singing at the top of my lungs. Whatever bag he was in for that one was awesome. Okay, so is somebody a romantic here? Page of Cups, King of Cups. But then we also have the Temperance. Harry Styles, but he also has the Four of Cups and for the underlying energy here. What is the other card here? Well, we have the Nine of Swords. Let me say that properly. Nine of Swords in reverse. And then, sorry about hitting the camera. And then we also have the Queen of Coins. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Olivia Wilde, is she a fire sign? Or like a Capricorn Virgo? Like I could see her being like a Leo sun, but she has like a Capricorn or a Virgo like rising or moon or something maybe. Um, I know that was like the last relationship he's in. I think there's still some remnant of feelings there for that with the Olivia Wilde situation. But I think so. Here's why I'm saying that. Okay, so we have this Temperance card here in reverse, and usually Temperance could speak to things like being of knowing when to reconcile those the balance in your life. Kind of like when should you, I kind of think of like when should you rule with your mind or rule with your heart? When should you um give into your emotions, or go forth with your passions and things like that? That's kind of like what I think of when I see Temperance. But then he has the Four of Cups, the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Coins, and this is where I think Olivia starts to come in at. But remember, Olivia just kind of got like out of a bad relationship, and you have the King of Wands here. So I feel like there's probably either there's still some hurt feelings from her husband or on Harry Styles' end of things. But I want to say this is the husband is what I initially got. We also have the Tower. He did get into a lot of backlash. There was a lot of gossip about it. A lot of people was looking at him different when that relationship with Olivia Wilde. But then we also have the Nine of Cups here, which speaks to yes, fulfilling wishes, but sometimes it can also speak to kind of like as you can see here with the Dionysus, the god of wine, he's also kind of seen as just tapping into those more passionate projects, more passionate feelings. And then we also have the Magician, things that are being kind of created out of this. So, and then underneath that, we have the Three of Wands in reverse, needing to move on from something and you are refusing to do so. So I wonder, is somebody from his past that he's still hung up on? I don't know if, I feel like it's an older woman though. I feel like there's a woman from his past that's coming up here when it comes to Harry Styles. He is a hopeless, what is Harry Styles' sign? Because like he is like lover boy romantic. Did he not experience a lot of relationships when he was younger? This is something that's coming up, but is there a difficult relationship that he has with his mother? Okay, let me see these cards that fell on the floor. 1 second. I have to maneuver this carefully because of my dog. So let's see here. I got 5 cards. We have the Pathless, difficult decision, lack of direction. We have the Enchanter, which reads deception and trickery. We have the Scholar, which reads investigation and research. He really leads with his heart. I think somebody used him. And the Painter, productivity, creation, and the Walker, the journey, the unknown journey. Poor Harry. I was not expecting this. I was expecting to get something more Playboy. So what I'm getting, I think, and this is why I'm was he also not tied to Taylor Swift? So I don't know if this is about Olivia Wilde or Taylor Swift. I think there's somebody from his past that he was recently connected with. She has some fiery, earthy energy about her. So take with that what you will. I'm wondering if he feel like they used him or he was used, but he also can't help but he also can't help but feel like, although she used me, I kind of like it. I still love her, even though I probably shouldn't. Like, she's probably bad for my health kind of thing. But I still want to, like, be involved with her. And I think he is just kind of like, yeah, he's letting, like, his emotions rule everything for him right now. but I think it's definitely going to lend to a good album or a good creative project. I think he uses a lot of his he kind of is doing a Taylor Swift in the sense of like I'm using a lot of the things that I've gone through with my relationships or in my relationships or where I am in my relationships, and I put them into albums, and y'all eat them up. Like, it's good. And that's probably why they're so good, because it is coming from his heart. He is, I'm just reading like lover boy through and through. There is something about eyes here. We in the pathless, the enchanter, and the scholar, we all have, it's the eye. Let me hold these up. So it's the eye in the center of the book here. See that? Something that he's probably ignoring or not seeing. Like the eye in the middle of the ball. Something about his intuition, maybe. And then the pathless, you see it on the eye. I have to make sure I have these directions correct, because I want to say the book should tell me quickly. Quickly. I'm trying to make sure the elements, that's what I'm looking for, because you see how these have arrows on it. As I want to say this one, not that one. This one is fire. I want to say these two are fire, but that's why I'm like, let me check and make sure. Oh no, actually in this deck it reads as something different. So no, actually looking at this book to make sure I have this correct. So the triangle facing down with the line through it speaks to community and hard work. So community and hard work. Right? And then he has another one that's facing down. This is internal thoughts, identity. So things of how he probably sees himself. And then for those two that's facing upright with the line through it speaks to development and growth. So essentially these are air. You could say this is basically wands, and then these are, I guess you could say earth, if you kind of want to look at it that way for elements. That's to simplify for me. So yeah, that kind of explains things. Yet with this, because with the scholar and the enchanter, and then we have painter, right? I think he is taking something from, he is feeling a little indecisive lately, or unknown where he's standing currently, kind of like where to move on from here. I think he's also, something about sex symbol is coming up too. I wonder if he's struggling with being like the sex symbol that he is, or maybe how he presents his sexuality. I think maybe that's something that's coming up that he's kind of like struggling with on how to present that. Now, the Temperance card, you can read that as a bisexual card. I kind of read it like that, but it's coming up in reverse. So take that with it as you will. So I don't think it's he could be struggling with his sexuality. It could be something here of struggling with just kind of like his romance, I would just say with his romantic life. I think there is some struggle here with his romantic life. Sexuality, get with it what you will. I know a lot of people have believed that about him for years now. So, and I'm not even a One Direction fan. Like, I didn't know nothing about them until after they broke up. So, yeah, you all be the interpreters of that. I'll leave that to you all. But let's see what else is coming up. I have a lot of freaking cards that came up here. So wisecraft, yeah, something about how he's dealing. I think it is going to be something juicy that's going to come out, nourishing his roots. I think he is feeling a little burnt out, and he's trying to nature himself. There is something he is struggling with. You also have presence of absence. So that could speak to his relationships as well. Visceral listening, internal validation. What is it with internally? He's struggling with something about himself on how to deal. Infinite expressions. And then we also have not worthy. Are all those on the screen? Yes, it is. Okay. Had to make sure. And here we go again with the eyes, guys. Let's see some of these underlying energies. So in the Citadel, we have the Hunter, which speaks to sure-footedness and predestination. Why is he feeling unsure about something? Missed opportunity, fear of failure. Oh, celebration, family. Look at all these go heads. Go ahead, go ahead. Just had to point that out. Why? What is these feelings of being lost, of feeling unsure, unstable, unknown where to go from here? Yeah, I definitely think there's a there is some adult frustration here. If you catch my drift, there is some, whether it's like it's this person from my past I want to connect with, but it's not good for my brand, or it's not good for me to be seen publicly with them, kind of thing, but I really want to be with them. It's kind of like the vibe, but it also feels like it's something with some frustration of just like being able to express himself, allegedly, I have to say this, express himself in some kind of sexual manner here. There is some kind of like sexual frustration. I want to say is like what's coming up, and just kind of like being like, what do I do with this energy? I'm just saying, with this painter here, and you have the wisecraft and everything, and just kind of like these up in the air feelings that he has, he better come out with a good album. I hope he channels a lot of this into his new album, because there is a lot of like, do I stay? Do I go? Should I not? Should I say something? I think he also struggles with kind of like how people perceive him and keeping up with the public image that he has as well. So I wonder if you're, with this next era that he's going into, if you're going to see a more, I want to say like a dark or a more serious kind of like Harry coming in here. Maybe coming off with kind of like that boy energy, instead of like instead of the bad girl vibes, is going to be like that boy energy. I wonder if he's gonna lean into that, because I feel like this is kind of like how he was painted with the whole Olivia Wilde situation of like, oh, are you kind of like a home wrecker? Are you somebody who just kind of like don't care who you're with? Or do you really just lead with your heart, kind of thing? And I think a lot of people are just like, oh, okay, so this is who he really is. He's really showing like it doesn't matter as long as he's getting what he wants out of a relationship. And I wonder if he's just gonna kind of like lean into that for his next era. There's definitely some, oh my god, I wish I could get closer. There's definitely some heavy energy here though, with the temperance in reverse, the inflammatory response, the not worthy, the dealing with the heavy matters, because these are all shadow cards, mind you. And then he also has, I'm trying to dig to the bottom here so you can see, he also has the scholar and the enhancer here in reverse. So this deals with things like deception and trickery, and then investigation and research. So I think there's something here he's not wanting to delve into, or he's probably not wanting people to really see about him. With the eyes being here, it's probably something he doesn't want people to see about him, that he kind of want to control the narrative on. Okay, yeah. So just looking at the book, I had to look at the book really quick. So yeah, it just pretty much reinstated what I was saying about these of just there is some kind of judgment, there is some kind of weight that he's bearing for someone else on someone else's behalf, whoever this person that deceived or tricked him. And I think he kind of wants to again speak out his portion of things, but he also doesn't want to destroy this person because he still has love for them. What I will say from this reading, I think Harry has a beautiful soul. I think he is somebody who really leads with his heart. He's very caring. I think sometimes he does do some of his actions probably are misplaced because he leads so heavily with his emotions, whether he's angry, whether he loves you, whether he's not. I think he likes a lot of people, and I think that's why a lot of people really love his energy. I think that's why a lot of women really like his energy. I think that's why a lot of people have been drawn to him. I think he has a wonderful energy where he just kind of really loves people until you give him a reason not to. And I think even then he still try to find a reason to kind of like not make an excuse for them, but just kind of understand where they're coming from and not like hold a grudge or malice or anything. And this is just what I'm getting from the cards. So kind of like, I think he just has some beautiful energy around him. However, I think there is something he's taken on or somebody put on him that he needs to let go of because they're taking advantage of his kindness, of his huge heart. I think he needs to maybe separate from this person. I think he probably needs to pull his hand out the fire. Because it's just gonna cause more trouble for him. Because he's trying to protect this person at the cost of his own comfort or his own safety, his own security. And I think that's probably why he's feeling lost and bereft. I think there is some decision here that has to be made. And I think he needs to be, I think it's something more analytical or, something more mental he needs to think of. And he needs to take his heart out of how to move forward from it. Because I think once he gets his emotions involved, it kind of blurs the lines. It confuses things for him. It makes things hard for him to kind of move forward like he needs to. But he probably needs to just kind of like take his heart out of it and make the hard decision because he's not wanting to do that. So love his energy. I will say that this is some nice energy to be in. I hope he does find the answers to what he's looking for. I hope he does get away from the draining or negative energy or the responsibility that he's picked up, whether that's just like somebody else's brand, somebody else's image, somebody else's love life, somebody else's problems, whatever the case may be, whatever he's trying to like help somebody else with or that he's took on that he's not really responsible for. I hope he lets it go, just kind of like be there as like a leaning shoulder, but he doesn't take it on himself. I think he needs to learn how to start separating that because I think people do take advantage of him for his kind heart, So, and I think he's also very aware that if he wasn't kind of like the loving person that he is, or this loving persona that he kind of puts out there, because it could be a persona, but I think it could be, a struggle if he didn't have this loving persona that he does. I think he knows if certain things were misconstrued or somebody said it like out of context, he could be seen in a negative light. And I don't think he wants that. But I think he should lean into like kind of like this bad boy era. I hope he's like going to lean into a bad boy era for his next album. I get a sense for that. I really hope he leans into that and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna let the cards fall where they may. I am gonna lean into my emotions, whether it's anger, whether it's happiness, whether it's the toxic boyfriend, whatever. I'm just gonna lean into that and let it go and move on. So yeah, let me all know what you think about this reading down in the comments section. Who do you think this ex-lover, this past relationship, this like sexual tension, frustration is kind of like coming from? Who's kind of like behind it down in the comments section below. Yeah, my bet is either it's probably Olivia Wilde or Taylor Swift. I just feel like it's probably one of them. Yeah, so yeah, let me know down in the comments section if you like this reading. Give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see the next video I upload, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see the next video. With all of that being said, I thank you for coming in here. Hope you enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.